back on Daytime with Donald Dehaney. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Donald, of course, the author of Father's Touch, which I guess was released this year, apparently. It was...
Well, I had, the first edition was released last year, but I've got a new publisher, LTI Publishing, and they've been just fantastic at it. I've just signed with them, and it's an American publisher, and they're coming up with a new cover, a second edition. But I wanted to give that to you as a gift, and this one for you. It's called Childhood That Should Not Hurt.
Okay, thank you, Donald.
Now, you've also written a passage in there.
I have a chapter in there, and why I wanted to give it to you is because you are a mother, you have children, and that is the perfect kind of instructional tool for mothers and parents.
Parents sometimes do need instructions. Children don't come with them, and I could use instructions.
Especially in Tilsonburg.
Right.
Every now and again. Well, thank you, Donald.
Now, let's just talk a little bit about Father's Touch, because it's a very challenging book, and it's extremely thought-provoking. Why don't you just explain it a little bit to viewers who may not be familiar with it?
Okay, it's an autobiography. It's the story of my life up until I was 20, but also it starts when at my age. I go back to the places of my youth and my perception of it at 20 years later, 2 decades later. And so there's flashbacks, there's all kinds of things. It's actually, I tried to write it as though trying to apply novel qualities to it, because I wanted a page-turner. And I think thank you. Thank you. I think people are afraid of the subject, and I think there's humor in my book. I mean, it matches my personality. And I think that people are surprised at the fact that a story like this could be interesting and entertaining. Of course, I am giving a message out to, the police, the justice system, parents, children, victims, survivors. But I think I needed to do it in an entertaining way for them to be able to go through the book and finish it.
Now, how difficult was this for you emotionally to start and finish this book?
You know what? I'd say living it was the tougher route.
Yeah.
And you dealt with it by starting to write at a young age, and that really got you into that process.
Well, I say thank God for therapy. I mean, my therapists were like just amazing, and that's why I'm here to tell the tale, because of great therapy. I think that there was a year, though. I think what's difficult about writing this book is not the subject matter, it's writing a book. So for a year, I just threw it across the room, and I was like...
You had all the information, just getting it down.
Yeah, figuring out the structure.
Putting it in a methodical way that would come across properly.
So the more difficult thing is as a writer. That was the challenge.
Now, this book is gaining a lot of strength, and even overseas, it's becoming very, very popular.
There are so many things that are happening. First of all, the W Network, they filmed a documentary in March, April. It's a half hour. It'll be on the W Network across Canada in January, I believe, January, February. And a short film was made by Louise Fagan at That Puppy Productions. And you almost played my daddy.
Yes, I was about to play your daddy.
But you got, but
sounds like but as a young man.
You had a better gig. What was it?
Sorry?
You had a better gig in Toronto, didn't you?
I was in Toronto doing a gig, and because the production was actually going on for an entire weekend, and I wasn't available that weekend. But luckily, Paul Myers, who I know, personal friend of mine, played the role, and I was actually talking to him, and he said it was an extremely challenging role, and it took a lot out of him.
It would be. He had probably one of the toughest roles.
How did you find the role yourself as a young boy when everything hit the media? I mean, you weren't really prepared for that. It's what you wanted.
Oh, my God.
But you didn't know how to deal with it.
Thank you for asking. I think that what people don't realize, I would have a peer support group in place, go for therapy, have a bond with people before you think of charging, because you have no idea what it's like. And what happened with me, I was one of the first males in Canada to do this and to use my name, go public. And I was clueless. I was so detached from the experience. It didn't work out at all the way I thought it would. And if you're looking for justice, you have to be ready for not getting the results you want. And maybe that shouldn't be the reason to do it.
Well, within your family, too, you had varying opinions of what you should and shouldn't do.
Oh, everybody in the whole...
Everybody.
I knew, yeah, exactly. For a time, my mother didn't want me to do it, but then when she saw that it was the best thing to do, but that is so normal. I mean, that just happens all the time. I think you got to follow your heart, and if you've got a good support system, it'll be much better.
What is your family unit like right now? You lost a sister.
Well, that is a cliffhanger at the end of the book. And part 2 will deal with that.
Okay.
But I will tell you that I almost lost my brother. He attempted suicide when he was 16. and several times. I mean, he just so
So the
many
emotional
problems.
trauma that you all suffered through, you all went through different venues to try to find yourself.
Right, definitely. But now, my family, we all love each other. We're just so, like, we just get along, and everyone talks to each other. There was a period of years where we didn't see each other, and we needed to do that to deal with our own crap, you know. But now, you know,
Something very positive has come out long.
Oh, yes.
from
And
this.
my siblings wanted me to write the book more than I did. They were just totally behind it.
Wow. Wow. Well, it makes for interesting reading, that's for sure.
Definitely.
Father?
And yeah, what kind of response did the majority of people in your family?
Get towards the book?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Everybody? Was there anybody that had any opposition once it was written?
my father.
Okay. Yeah, and that would make sense.
I want to just say thank you for, you know, dealing with my book, but I wanted to say that thank God that you went to do something with your wardrobe.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's really, I can really see it. It's
Really? Well,
There's
thanks
a sense
for...
of humor coming out.
Yeah. Well, thanks to the folks at Next.
Looking
who
good?
Virtually dressed
Feeling
me. Yeah. Looking good and feeling good, thanks to Next.
I was calling queer guy for the straight guy, I'm telling you.
Oh, well, I know my shirt has some stains on it and everything, and I was wearing it 4 times a week, but
Oh, that's
it was. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good and comfortable.
And you're looking good, Dawn.
Oh, thank you very
Yes,
much.
and looking
And
very
you
well.
too.
Oh, thank you so much.
She's always looking good. Thanks to
Dawn's been a
Fisher.
follower of our show for a long time, not just with Jeff and I, but from way back when.
Yeah, you actually you've done a couple of guest spots.
That's right.
In my place.
So let me know when you get sick.
So what are you doing right now, Donald, just before we wrap up?
Well, I made a comedy short film, which is on Kevin Spacey's website, www.triggerstreet.com, and Louisa's film, Father's Touch, is wrapping up, and we're going to have a big showing in London for that.
Great.
A lot of exciting things happening.
There certainly are. And good luck with all of them.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us, Donald.
We'll be right back on Daytime.